Follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. And friends, the gate of evangelism is critical. How do we do evangelism? You got to go where hurting people are. John chapter 4 is a reference I put in your note. And John chapter 4 is when Jesus goes down to Samaria. Samaria was the previous capital of the northern kingdom during the time of the divided kingdom. Had Israel in the south, in the north, 10 kingdoms. Samaria was their capital. Jerusalem in the south, 2 tribes. Judah was their capital. Samaritans were hated because while during the time of the divided kingdoms, the Samaritan capital residents married with foreigners. So people hated the Samaritans. They hated them because they split the kingdom. They hated them because they had their own king. Jeroboam was in the north, Rehoboam was in the south. They hated them because they intermarried foreign people. They didn't even want to deal with them folks. Half-breeds, red-headed stepchild, all of that they called them. Nobody wanted to go through there. And yet Jesus said, I got to go through Samaria. He meets a woman at the well there and gets engaged in situational evangelism. With situational evangelism, he asks her for some water. Hey, can I have some water? She looks at him and says, how can you, being a Jew, ask me, a Samaritan, for some water? He looked at her positive self-image. If you knew the gift of God that was asking you for some water, you would have asked me for a drink, and I'd have put inside of you some water that you would never thirst again. She's thinking in the natural. Man, if I don't ever have to drink again, I will never have to carry this heavy jug down to this big well. Give me this water. He said, I'll sure do it. Show me your husband. She said, well, I don't have no husband. He said, that's right. You've had 5 men. And the one you with now ain't your husband. All of a sudden, when he locates her, see, when you do evangelism and outreach, and when you begin to do soul winning, God will get the gifts operating in you. Stop waiting for a church service to operate your gifts. If you want to know what you really got, get out there in Samaria. Look at your neighbor and say, let's go to Samaria. That's why we go fishing, because we get a chance to get you out to sanctuary next weekend and get in Samaria. Lean on your neighbor and say, sign up and let's go fishing. You want to find out what you got. It's easy to prophesy of a little church folks. It's easy to lay hands on little church folk. It's easy to minister to folks that are predisposed. What they're supposed to do is shake and then fall out if they got a catcher. They ain't going to fall if you ain't got a catcher now. It's easy to minister to them folk. We got to get out to Samaria. When Jesus nailed her with a word of knowledge, situational evangelism, all of a sudden she wants to change the subject. She said, oh, wait, we don't want to be talking about no men's now. We don't need to be talking about no men's. I'll tell you what, Jesus, let's talk about worship. Now, listen, my daddies say this mountain is a place of worship. In Samaria, we worship in these mountains. Now, y'all folks say that Jerusalem is a place of worship. Jesus goes with the flow. That's situational evangelism. Starts talking about water, moves on to talking about family. Now it's moving on to talking about water. And she says, worship. And he said, listen. He said, the hour's coming, now in, when true worshipers will worship him in spirit and truth. The hour's coming, and now is, where in these mountains or in Jerusalem will be the place of worship. For God is seeking people to worship him in spirit and truth, and God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. This woman is so awestruck. The woman brings her water pot, drops her water pot, and then becomes a water pot.